Hello, 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 everyone. We are finally here with our CCA exam prep review. I am Dr. Lisa L. Campbell, known as the Growth Motivator, but I am also a certified coding specialist. So let's see who we have with us this afternoon. Type in the chat, where are you connecting from? And while we're waiting to see where you all are connecting from, let me go ahead and get into our agenda for today. So, for those of you who have been waiting for this CCA exam prep, you probably are wondering, how am I doing as it relates to my ankle fracture? And I'm definitely doing much better walking with a cane. Went from not being able to walk, hopping to a walker, and now a cane. So I am very excited to be here with you all on this evening. So these sessions are going to be very short because we're all busy. I know I certainly have so many things to do since I've been down for the past 90 plus days. And I have found that when you get too much information, it's like information overload and you don't know like what to do with it all. So today is really about setting the foundation for all of the days that we're going to be together. This is streaming on YouTube, so it will be available as long as I have my YouTube channel. And the first thing is about setting the foundation, okay? And I know a lot of people say, well, I just want to get to the meat and potatoes of the CCA exam, but you really have to get your mindset ready first before you can even think about studying. So, building the right mindset is really about clarifying your goals. Like, so when do you prepare? When do you plan to take the CCA exam? Have you taken it before? Do you have some bad feelings about taking it before? Are you afraid because you've heard so many other people say, I have taken the exam, I didn't pass it. And so now you think because they didn't pass it, you can't pass it. So today is about really just being motivated to reach your goal, right? And so you may have taken a program for coding and you have the knowledge, but so many different things have been going on in your life and you just don't know where to go, what to do. And so that's what we're going to start. So let's start with a little activity. And this is a visualization activity. And this is where I want you to visualize, just close your eyes and visualize having that piece of paper in your hand that says you passed the CCA exam. So I'm going to give you just a moment. Just visualize yourself at the testing center. You've taken the exam, you walk out of the secure area, you go to that desk where they have that printer, they pull your paper out of the printer upside down, they hand it to you, and you open it up, and it says that you passed. Visualizing the end result helps you mentally prepare for it. I remember in 1992, I went to school for medical assisting, and my best friend said, I'm only taking this test one time. and we took the medical assistant exam one time and we passed it. Now, years later, after I had gotten certified in coding, I said, "Hey, you've been doing billing for a long time. You need to get certified in coding so that you can do more things with your life." And guess what? She did it. It's been about 13, 14 years now. She's enjoying working as a coder. She's working from home. She wasn't working from home at first, but the pandemic hit, and then all bets are off. So she's working from home. They haven't transitioned them back to the office, and so she's very excited about being able to work from home and do the work that she loves. So let's see what's going on in the chat. So I see that Alexis is saying, "I plan on taking the exam at the end of March." So, Alexis, I hope that you saw yourself at that printer getting your paper where they said you passed. That's so very important. And it's important, honestly, and this may seem like it's over the top. Every day, seeing yourself passing the exam. Now, of course, listen, you got to put in the work, right? But seeing yourself passing the exam is going to be critical. All right? So, visualizing yourself passing the exam is my first tip that I want you to hold on to. Even when the negative people try to come at you with all the negative things like they took the exam, they didn't pass it. You know what a lot of people don't tell you about their experience? Let me just tell you real quick. A lot of people don't tell you that they didn't put in the work. A lot of people don't tell you that throughout their program, they didn't really put all the energy and effort into learning the material. They had what I like to call a check off the box mentality of like, oh, I turned in that assignment and I'm done, right? But then what they realize is they don't really know the material, and you can't pass this exam if you don't know the material. Let's see. Alexis says, "I would cry happy tears." Absolutely. You know what, Alexis? I am a huge crybaby. And I definitely remember. So, two things. When I took the CCSP exam, it was back in the day when it was only offered, I think, once a year. And so imagine being in this big room with all these other people at a hotel here in Chicago. We took the exam and then we had to like wait for the results. And I remember when my results came in the mail, I knew that I had passed because I literally visualized myself passing. I walked into the test saying I'm going to pass. I also studied. And so that helped me pass. But I made sure that my mindset was positive. Okay. So let's talk about mindset, because I think a lot of times our mindset hinders us from moving forward in life. And so let me just share something with you that is very personal. So when I fell down these three little steps on September 8th at my sister's house, place of occurrence, single family home, I was just literally just walking down these little three steps and I fell, and just suddenly my life changed. So I go to the doctor. They say you need surgery. I have the surgery. And every time I needed to go to the bathroom in the initial stages of hopping, my mind tried to trick me into thinking that I was going to fall. And so sometimes I literally would like wait to go to the bathroom because my mind was trying to trick me that I was going to fall. So you know what I did? Your mind is so powerful. I said every time I got up, I am not going to fall. I am not going to fall. I am not going to fall. And I said it so much that it was mind over matter. And I'm here to tell you, I did not fall. I did not have an almost fall situation. I literally hopped to the bathroom. And then once the doctor said I could put weight on it, I did a little wedding march to the bathroom. And now I'm in a, I have a, what do you call it? I have a cane that I'm getting to the bathroom with now. But having a positive mindset, a growth mindset means that you believe through effort that you can reach whatever goal you're trying to reach. Something else I want to share with you that is personal. I kept asking myself, why? Why did I fall? The day before I fell, I was about to start this 6 week road show where I was speaking at different conferences, different events, and suddenly all of that came to a screeching halt. And I thought, power of the mindset. I thought, oh, you'll bounce back. You're only 51 years old. You'll bounce back in no time and all will be well. Well, guys, December 20th, it will be 90 days since I had surgery and bounce back. I did not. But when I tell you my outlook on life is so different today, and it's all because A, I fail. B, I allowed myself to go through the process, many days being confined to my bedroom, and I was just crying and crying and crying and reading and praying and laughing to the point where I realized this fall wasn't a mistake. It was an opportunity for me to grow. And as we go through each session, as you're at home studying, just remember every little step you make is putting you closer to your end result. And anytime something negative comes at you, you have to reframe it and say, I am going to pass this exam. I'm not going to be a victim to a mindset that's trying to hold me back. I am going to do it, even if you have to say to yourself every day. So I told you every time I went to the bathroom, I said, I will not fall. I will not fall. Okay, well, then came the time where the home physical therapist said, you need to walk down the steps because I was sliding down the steps. And he said, bad foot goes down. So when I was going down the steps, the bad foot goes down. And when I was going up the steps, the good foot goes first. So I kid you not. Every time I hit a set of steps, I said, bad goes down, good goes up. Bad goes down, good goes up. And you know what? That gave me more confidence to go down and to go up the stairs. So, my point is mindset is powerful, and you have to continue to use positive affirmations to say to yourself, I'm getting better every day. Yeah, yesterday, maybe I got a couple of questions wrong, but why did I get them wrong? So now is the time that I want to hear from you, and I have some questions. So let's talk about your why and set some goals. So here is my question. Type in the chat and I want to see, why are you preparing for this certification? Why are you pursuing this certification? And I will tell you, when I was preparing for all those certifications that I have taken, I had a why for each and every exam that I took. I had a why for each and every exam that I took. So, what's your why? And some of you may say, my why is because I completed a program, and let's say it was in medical billing and coding. And so the next step is for me to take this exam. So let's see. I don't see anybody putting their goal in yet. Maybe it's a little bit delayed. So maybe you don't know why you're taking this exam, right? Is it to advance your career? Is it to get more financial stability? Is it just a personal goal for growth? What's your why? And so, Alexis, I know you're taking yours in March. So I know you have a why because you have a date. So, Alexis says, I want to move forward in the HIM field. I'm going to have my AAS in December. I want to make more money and have a secure position. I love it, love it, love it. Is Alexis the only one who has a goal? And so, Alexis, one of the things that, and since you're the only one talking to me, I'm going to talk back to you, Alexis. One of the things that I like to do when I have a goal is write it down and then put some action behind the goal, right? So I love how you say 2005, you're going to have your AAS degree, right? And so what happens next? You know that that date is there, but what happens after that? Is there another exam that you're going to be taking? What type of positions are you looking for? Really flushing out why you're pursuing the certification is going to be critical. Now, for those of you who are just joining in, this is 12 days of preparing for the CCA exam, day one, so that we can just get rid of this question now. Will I do a CCS exam prep? And the answer is no. For those of you who don't know, I really have taken I've stepped away from coding to really focus on leadership and motivation. And so that is why I'm not doing anything else, but I'm doing this because I promised I was going to do it. And I had it on my list of something to do before the year ended. So let's see. Alicia says, I wanted to have a steady career. I will also be taking the CCA exam on January 9th. And so Alicia, every single day, I will pass the CCA exam. I will pass the CCA exam. But then also, you got to put in the work. All right, so let's see. We have Alexis. Other than CEUs and the RHIT, CTR certifications, I don't want to pursue more college if I don't have to. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because when I first got out of high school, I honestly had no plans on going to college. In fact, I was a manager at McDonald's. I was making $5.90 an hour and had went to Hamburger University. This was while I was in high school. And I said, I'm going to be a manager at McDonald's, like the store manager, and then I'm going to own my own McDonald's, forget college. Well, I had a baby and all of that changed because I needed more money to be able to care for her. So, one of the things I would challenge you to really just accept, whether it's school, a workshop, or something, You can never, ever, ever stop learning, because the minute you stop learning is when you stop growing. There are so many people who they work jobs that they hate. They've been at those jobs for 30, 40 years, right? And they wish they could do something different, but their mindset is, I'm just going to stay at this job. I'm going to retire and then that's it. But what happens if if the job retires you? What happens? So you always have to be one step ahead of everybody else. And that means you have to keep learning and growing. All right. So my next topic is, I want to talk about staying resilient. And resilience is really going to be your BFF, your best friend during this journey. Why is that? Preparing for any exam can be daunting. And in fact, I'm actually preparing for another exam. Imagine that. It can really be daunting. But just remember, every small thing you do adds up. For the exam that I'm taking, I have a practice test, I have flashcards, I have books, and this test that I'm taking requires so many different things outside of just taking the test. It's actually a lot, but it's something that I had on my list of things I wanted to do years ago. I always kept it like right here in the back of my mind and said, okay, one day you're going to do it. And so the time is now. So one of the things for me that I found was very helpful was to do small chunks of studying, right? Your brain goes into overload when you're getting all this information. And breaking the information up into small chunks really helps you, first of all, learn it, but not just learn it. For me, I want to have knowledge of the information. I want to understand the information, and then I want to be able to apply the information. So, knowledge, understand, apply. Because then that's when I know, when I get a question on the test, I know that I can answer the question because I have knowledge of the question or the content. I understand the content and I can apply it. So, for example, on the CCA exam, they want you to know about MSDRGs, right? Well, if I ask somebody, what's a MSDRG? They'll say Medicare Severity Defined Diagnosis Related Group. Okay, tell me more. If you can't tell me more, you don't have knowledge, understanding, and application. You need to be able to do all of those things. And that's where small chunks of information that you learn a little bit each day helps you have what I like to call the small wins and celebrate yourself. Oh, I did 10 questions today. I got them all right. Or I did 10 questions today. I got one wrong. It was on XYZ topic. And so now I'm going to spend some time looking at that one topic just to really understand, like, what made me get that question wrong, right? So when things get tough, they will. Go back to your why. Why did I get this wrong? And again, picture yourself, and you sometimes, this is for me, I have to close my eyes and visualize myself in that future state. So picture yourself walking into that exam confidently and leaving with the knowledge, the understanding that you gave it your all. But if you put in the work, that's going to be key. All right. So, my last topic for today, and next session, we will get into some actual, what do you call, CCA exam topics. But I wanted to start off with mindset, because one of the things that I have really come to understand is that a lot of times we don't achieve our goals because we don't lay the proper foundation. So I want to leave you with some homework for today. And we're going to finish these 12 days by December 31st. I don't know when I'm going to do day two. I would like to do every day back to back, but it just kind of really depends on what I have going on in my life because I'm just again starting to walk. I have my my cane, and I'm actually transitioning from land physical therapy to water physical therapy, and so I want to schedule this around those and some other things that I'm doing because I'm planning for 2025 right now of the things that I want to do. So here's my homework for you, and I'm actually going to put them in the chat. And I want you to write down, and you can do this for yourself, write down your top three reasons for earning your CCA certification, right? Create a daily affirmation. So your affirmation could be, I will pass the CCA exam. Or it could be, I will pass the CCA exam. I will study for the CCA exam today, right? I will pass the CCA exam. Whatever your top three reasons are, write those down, create some type of daily affirmation, and just continue to work your process. I encourage you, and I don't have my flashcards with me. I have affirmations on a flashcard, and I actually have different flashcards. And every day I look at them. I have them in a little Ziploc bag with a highlighter and some pens. And every day I am challenging myself to visualize the affirmations, but also, put in the work, right? You have to put in the work in order to get the outcome that you're looking to achieve. And I did it in 30 minutes. I am not going to do more than 30 minutes because number one, I'm trying to pace myself now that I'm back in business, if you will. I got a lot of things that I need to clean up. But before we go, anybody have any questions in the chat? While we're waiting, I'll just put on some music. And if you don't have any questions, you can go ahead and log out because I am literally done. It's Monday night. My team is playing, even though I have faith that they could win. They have to have faith that they could win. I wish I could go and talk to them and say, you got to have faith. You got to see yourself winning. So let's see. So no questions as of yet. More than likely, today is Monday. More than likely, I'm going to do day two tomorrow, but I have to see. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So I have to kind of see how I'm going to be feeling. Because yesterday I overdid it and I literally slept until like 9:45 this morning. So I got to pace myself. But everybody have a good night and I'll see you next time.